All right, everybody. I got word that I needed to share this video with you all. This just went up about half an hour ago, and that is, as you can see, Colonel Riley himself. He has Roberto Tenizo, Pastor Bland, Joe Bennett, and not quite sure who the fella in the wheelchair is, but we'll probably find that out. But anyway, there was questions and accusations earlier today as well as yesterday being made that OAS and Colonel Riley have no leaders, that Roberto and Pastor Bland and all would be removed from OAS today. And Colonel Riley himself flew into DC for the day specifically to address some of these issues, and this is the message that he wants everybody to hear.
Got like 3 of them put in.
Are we ready?
Yep, you're ready.
Is it running?
Yes, sir.
Hello, everyone. I just wanted to stop by, as I can do today. My wife is up in West Virginia, and we're going to be heading back to Florida tomorrow. But I just wanted to let everyone know how appreciative not only the staff, but we the people are for your faithfulness here, you know, on the mall in DC. As we know, some of you are filtering in, filtering through, others are coming through. Rachel just came through, just came here today. So we're getting people constantly flowing through. Some of you have been here for already the whole time since we've kicked this off on May the 16th. Your faithfulness is appreciated. The mission is not changed. We're still focused on constitutional restoration. We still believe that there are people, lawless individuals in leadership that need to go. We're fighting for that. We're going to be starting the new program that Joe Bennett has come up with, called a Colonel, where all of the 535 people are going to be given an opportunity to make a decision. Are they going to support the Constitution or not? Obviously, it's a rhetorical question for many of them, because many of them will say, well, of course, but we're going to demand more than that. We expect them, if they say yes, they're going to support the Constitution, that they go public, that they somehow get up on the media somewhere and say that they've been challenged. Their allegiance to the nation has been challenged. That they're making a statement for all to hear that they are constitutionalists and that they won't let it stop there. They'll go back into the House or into the Senate, and they're going to fight for every inch of ground that goes outside the Constitution. They will not involve themselves in any further unconstitutional activity. Now, if they do not do that, then what we do is we know what the phone numbers are of their districts, of their home area. And we're going to encourage Operation American Spring participants from across the nation to flood those districts with information that indicates that Representative John Doe does not really support the Constitution. He won't come out and publicly say so. Or if he says no, then we're going to tell everybody in his district, you have somebody who does not support you, who is not your servant. You need to get somebody else. You need to vote a person into office who will be a servant as our founding fathers envisioned. So this is going to be something that is going to nail these people up in the Capitol. They're going to have to either come up and make a statement that they'll have a phone number to call the colonel and make this statement, yes or no, and then they'll have to do more. If they fail to, we're going to flood their districts and try to put them out of office if we get to November. So that's a program that is very applicable. It's very workable. But again, just like everything else, it's going to take people to exercise, their phones. They're going to have to get on the phone and say, you received all of our documents. You know what we're asking for. Now we want you to say you'll support the Constitution and abide by it and exercise what we're asking for in those documents. And if you don't do it, what I just suggested, and let there be no mistake, there's no change whatsoever in OAS leadership. What you see here behind me, Alex Coffey is still on his way back to Colorado with his family, but it's still the same leadership. OAS permit is for this area, and that's what we intend to keep for this area. There's no other permits involved. There's no other leadership involved. Alex Coffey is the point of contact here on the ground. He's the individual that the staff works through if there are any issues. Nick Santini, he's Sergeant Major. He also will keep all of us informed on, the staff informed on as informational things. So the point of contact on the ground is Joe Bennett, Roberto and the pastor, and Deb. Deb was the public relations person. Pastor works, everybody works through her. She's the overall public relations point of contact. We know our security. Pete Lantieri, he's the point of contact for our security. So we're tightening it up just a little bit. It's worked fine, but we've had a little interference, but that's the way it is. Everybody has a right to say what they think. What we don't want to see is small items, personal issues, personal agendas interfere with our picture of constitutional restoration, which is so critical to our nation. Our nation is going down. So we don't have time for little cat fights amongst ourselves. We've got to rise above that. We simply won't be involved in it. If it's necessary, we'll simply call the park police and deal with it. We're all here for one thing, to do what we can to preclude our nation falling into disaster. And some of the stuff that's been going on, it's being divisive, it's creating animosity amongst our people who should be in lockstep, we should be locked arms, all working toward the same goal. I don't know why we would want to go in 7 different directions. It's impossible for me to believe that anyone could reject a message of constitutional restoration or resolving the issue with our lawless leaders. We know that unfortunately, we no longer have 3 equal branches of government. If we did, Congress up there would be reining in the executive. Because the sole reason for the executive is to execute a program, laws that the Congress passes. The Attorney General is supposed to protect the laws that the Congress passes. They have no right to pick and choose which laws they want to. Neither does the executive decide, I'll support this law, I'll change this law, I'll manage another law. So this is what we're up against. We can't let little internal bickering get between us from our major goal. You know, it's gone, somebody publishes erroneous information, whether it's for personal gain or just being a vandal approach, it goes all over the internet. And right away people say, what's going on? What's going on? They don't think to come to somebody who is officially involved with Operation American Spring to get the truth. So that's what we need to do. I hope, you know, all of you will help us do that. We've worked since last December, arm in arm. There's been no personal gain involved here. It's been a grassroots effort. We're coming forward. Yeah, it didn't take off like we wanted it to, but that's the way sometimes God has plans and that we're not aware of. But I believe His wind is still behind us, that we're doing the right thing, that it's an honorable approach, that we know what's going on. We saw just what happened with regard to this prisoner swap. It wasn't news to Barack Obama or anyone that, well, workers deserve. Everybody's known that since 2009. But to train a deserter, five barbaric, hardened, head-slashing terrorist, you know, is to me is treasonous. It's a threat to the United States of America. It's a threat to our men and women who are still in combat, who are still in harm's way. That's what's going on. And we know what's going on down in the border area right now. The illegals are flowing in. DHS is picking them up by the hundreds and dropping them off at bus stations. You know, unaccompanied children. The thing is out of control. The government is chaotic. We're trying to bring some stability to it through a constitutional law of the land. So, believe me, your faithfulness comes from the heart. If we didn't believe in this, you know, we'd say, oh, let's go home. But we can't. Most of us didn't even want to come up here because, you know, all the stuff you have to go through just to get here and to live here. But this cause is so critical, so important to our nation. The threat is so grave, and we don't want to see our children or great-grandchildren inherit what's coming down the road. So I just hope that if there's any disagreements with anyone, they'll bring the disagreements or their ideas or whatever to the leadership. Discuss it. You know, we've got to stay on the same sheet of music. Like I said, there's been absolutely no change in OAS leadership. The staff that's here on the ground remains the staff that's here on the ground. They'll make the decisions on the daily program. And they have my complete confidence. I mean, these, just like you, these are people who are making sacrifices. And don't forget, you know, one of the basic principles of our entire operation was that since we had absolutely no funds, you know, we can't cater to everybody. We've got to come up with our own support mechanism somehow. So I thank everyone. The main thing is we're going forward. We're not going backwards. We're not giving up. We're not surrendering. Not unless I have to put my knee on the ground for the Lord. That's all. Nobody else.